morning, everybody. It's about 5:45 right now, and I'm heading up to the tent. It's Thursday morning, 55 degrees. I'm not sure. I'm going to spend tonight up there for sure. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 nights because it sounds like it might be kind of a rainy weekend. That's why I'm coming up today, because today had the least chance of rain. And I just like to get a few things done up there. We are under a dense fog advisory this morning until 10 o'clock. There's a grocery store here somewhere. Shopping is done. Let's head to the tent. This year the fall colors don't seem as vivid. I mean, I don't see the colors that well, but you know, I can see a bright yellow tree or whatever. And because it's been so dry this summer, it just doesn't seem the same. Well, I don't see any blood on the plywood here. Door is still intact. Well, except for the fact that there was one of my canned butter jars, there was a couple of those on the ground, and my pen and little notepad where I write down what the weather is right when I walk in so I can put it in the journal later. That was messed up, but otherwise everything looks pretty good. Before I bring anything in, I want to drive the loop and see if I see any unsuspecting grouse or see if anything's changed. Water is up some here. Before the water, there was like 6 or 8 feet of like mud behind the boat, and now the water is up to where the boat is, so it's definitely come up a little bit. My mom and dad drove up here, was it last weekend or I don't know, that week after duck hunting, and he said in his rain gauge, they just came up for the day, came up, checked everything out. It was his first time since he had his hip replacement that he had been up here, and then they drove back home. But he said that his rain gauge showed 5 inches of rain, so it's definitely rained up here. A month from now it'll be much colder. Let's see, that month from now this week I'm hoping to be up here the whole week for deer hunting, so that whole opening week. It'll be a lot colder and be going back and forth from the deer stand. Let's walk in and check my far stand. I don't think I've been in here at all this year. Oh, looks like it's still standing. That front camouflage thing was all ripped last year. Looks like it's about gone this year. The roof looks like it's collapsed again, and I just bought 2 new blankets. In fact, they're hanging on the clothesline at the farmhouse, airing out right now. I'm going to put a new one in front of this blind and then one in my clearing blind. And then I have 3 new of those little roofs, umbrella roofs that go over the top of the deer stands that came in last week, and I brought those up here too. So when we do deer stand weekend, we can get all that figured out. How do you suppose the wire to the whole roof got stabbed into there? Oh, the beavers have this one dammed up pretty good. That's helping to keep the lake level higher, because this body of water here exits the lake. This one is still flowing though. Let's run in here and check my clearing stand since I'm out. Everything is growing up pretty tall out here. It used to be you could see so far in here, and look at it now. I mean, we get a little bit of snow on the ground and you'll be able to see better, but it's getting thick. I started up the gas stove here just to get a little bit of heat. It's warm outside, but it's still pretty chilly inside the tent. I'm just going to do up a couple of burgers for lunch, like I usually do. And I think I'm going to do a Polish sausage also. This will be the first time I use the grill since I put the new grate sand and all the new burners and stuff. I need to keep my eyes open more. I mean, I was just out here, and now when I walked out of the tent, 3 wood ducks just took off out there. I've got steel shot up here. I've got my grouse hunting shotgun as well as my duck hunting one. I need to keep my eyes open. I'd love to get another couple of ducks. I'm not sure if I'm going to put those brats in bread yet or not. I don't even know if I can eat them. I'll be pretty full after 2 hamburgers and some corn. Well, I'm just out walking a couple of trails this afternoon for grouse. I tried driving the loop again, and every time I go out I see somebody else driving that's hunting for grouse. So still a lot of traffic. As it gets closer to deer hunting and the weather gets worse and colder, then people seem to shy away. But for right now, I'm getting off the road and doing a little walking. I haven't jumped anything yet. Just walked back here. I haven't been back here in quite a few years. There's a stand back here. I actually talked to the guy that sits in this, and he watches the channels. So I just wondered if it was still here, so I walked back, and it is. It's kind of hidden in here, so you kind of got to walk around a little bit before you see it. I wonder if that mushroom was edible. Quite a few of them growing around out here. Well, I've walked a few different trails now. I just walked one. It was back in an area where my dad used to hunt maybe 10 years ago. It is so thick back there now, and you used to be able to drive first a car in there, then a four-wheeler in there, and now it's hard to walk in there. And parts that used to be wide open where they cleared it is now, you know, hardly you can't even see anything. Everything's way above my head. I did jump one grouse in there. It wasn't even that far away when it jumped, and I saw none of it. It was in an area where these little short pine trees were growing up. They're about as tall as me, and then slashings on the outside of it. And the tripod stand is back here somewhere. And you used to cut in, and then you go to the right to hit the little trail. And I'm going to see if I can find that. Once in a while you'll jump a grouse back there, but I don't even know if I walked out to the tripod stand last year, so I want to check it out. I'm pretty sure this is the trail. If it is, I should see some of those eyes or something on a tree. Oh yeah, there's one right there. See that one? The trick to this trail is knowing where to turn and go to the right. Oh, I found the tripod stand. I couldn't even see a trail to it. I just come back here and eventually found it. You know, I put a few miles of walking on today, and I was just down there thinking, I have not seen any deer droppings at all. This used to be a really good stand, this area, but now it's so tight in here. If these pine trees were out of here, you'd be able to see more. Some nice deer have been shot out of here. Sarah shot her first deer just maybe 200 feet to the right. That was before this stand went up. It was just a stand that was up against a tree. This old stand is, I don't know, 100 yards probably from the other one. This is the original one that was back here. I shot a nice deer out of here. Came up here just for somewhere to sit because I hadn't seen anything. A nice fresh 6-inch snowfall. There was no deer tracks out here at all. Just came to sit for the afternoon hunt. And all of a sudden it was a wide racked 8-point, but the points were real short on top, real dark set of antlers. Got it right out of that stand. It's the only time I sat in that stand, and I shot a deer. I don't even see the ladder that used to get us up there. The ladder's here, but it's not going to get you up there. It would be easy to get turned around and get lost back there, but when I was a kid, my dad always said when you're on a trail and you jump a grouse and then you go in off the trail to try to re-jump the grouse, always take note where the sun is, so you know if it's on your right side. If you get turned around and lost, you know you can get back out to the trail by putting the sun on your left side. Oh, let's head back to the tent. I know the whole sun thing would not work on a cloudy day, but that's why he drilled into our head to never leave camp without a compass and use it. Well, I think I'm going to jump in the boat in a little bit here, see if that motor will start. I haven't started it in months. And I'll cast a couple of times. I'm not even going to bring my tackle box, but right now I'm waiting because Melissa should be calling on a ride home from work, and then after I'm done talking to her, which will take about 40 minutes, then I think I'll run out there, at least go for a boat ride. I just got done talking to Zachary on the phone for about 20 minutes. It's funny, I come up here, it's like, okay, I mean, my way of relaxing is having a lot of stuff to do, but still, you're not talking to people and everything. And I come up here, and of course I talk to Melissa quite a bit every day. I talked to her quite a bit today. My dad called earlier. I've talked to him twice today, and one of them was quite lengthy because we were talking about deer stands and everything. Zachary calls. I talked to a couple of different grouse hunters today when I was out hunting. There's very few cabins on this lake, and one of them across the lake over by where George's cabin is, I've never met those people ever. And so when I come out of my grouse trail, I was in my truck and I was plugging my phone in and stuff, and all of a sudden people come walking down the road. It scared me. They had a little dog with them, because I just wasn't expecting anybody there. You expecting a car. So then I was talking to them, and then we finally introduced ourselves, and then I knew who they were and who I was. I was just telling Zach I'm talking to more people up here than I do if I'm down at work or anything. I got those potatoes right down there by the coals cooking. Tonight for dinner I brought up a New York strip steak that I'll cook on the fire. And then I brought up spare ribs that I can do on the grill tomorrow. Or I also, if it's raining, I have a small ham that I bought, or I don't know what it is, but you know, that would be easy to cook inside if it's raining. I don't think I showed this. This is the other camera. There was a small bear on September 13th that was in the front yard. I even had the barbecue moved over here because right there I had another camera. I don't know if you can see, I strapped it right to the smokestack on there, facing right at there to see if that other bear would come back. And it's funny because the camera you're looking at now took a picture of the bear. This one did not take a picture of the bear. It took pictures of me when I showed up. There was a couple other pictures, but it did not get a picture of that little bear. It's been a little bit chilly in the tent all day today, so I think I'm going to start a small fire and just take the chill out. I have to remember after deer hunting, whenever the last time I leave, to bring one of these two old chairs back. I have 4 winter workshop projects figured out. Well, one of them is shelves in the basement. I want to make a new smoker for doing jerky. Anyway, I've got a few projects, but one of them is I need to bring one of these back as a template, just like when I made these chairs right here, because I would like to make a bunch more of these. I want to make some for the fire pit that's at the farmhouse, and I don't know, they're nice chairs, so I'd like to make a few more of these. I'm gonna grab me a glass of milk, and it's time for dinner. Good morning, everybody. I've been up for a while. It's already 6:30, but it definitely doesn't get light as early as it did a couple of months ago. There's 4 really nice Drake wood ducks out there, but they're way out there. I've just been sitting here with my shotgun in case something flies in. These guys must be hungry. You lost out again. Come on. Here. There you go. The heck, you have a whole family. Well, I just boated over here across from the tent and went up there and saw what kind of damage those beavers have been doing, because their house right there has definitely got bigger and they've got their winter supply of food right there. And there, I went to the other side of the island too, and I brought my shotgun, and because I thought I could see some ducks over there, and I just sat on the other side, and it was real peaceful, and there was nothing there, of course, and I'm sitting, and it's like then I grabbed my phone out of my pocket, and 2 mallards jumped up across from where I was at. They were right behind this dead tree over there. I could have shot them, but I didn't. I screwed that up. There's a lot of beavers. Like, we got one there, there's one out there, there's one right there. He was just pushing a log right there. we'll have to watch and see. So far, nothing over by the tent has been disturbed. And what's nice with the beavers is they'll clean all of these weeds out of here. It'll be real nice. They'll eat on those lily pads in the wintertime and everything. So they really do clean up an area, but they can also cause a lot of, you know, devastation as far as the forest goes. I decided, oh, I'm going to throw the cast a few times and not film. Oh, nice little bass right there. I'll toss him back. Yeah, I'd say that's a good eater right there. I think we'll throw that back. Go get bigger. I'm just driving the loop and seeing who's out. The only person I seen was George. His truck was in where Tom hunts, so I imagine him and Tom are in there checking Tom's stand. It's already 11 o'clock in the morning. I haven't got a text from my dad yet, so I guess I did not check though. And I have the sound off on it. He should be up to his place any time now. I thought he would have been here by 10:30 or 11. I'm just making a list of stuff that I need to bring up here before deer hunting. Some more bags of charcoal. I'm down to what, 9 things of lighter fluid, so I usually buy lighter fluid when I get that too. Some more paper plates. Just going through a few things so I can pick this up and get it up here when we show up on the 22nd and the 23rd, which is, you know, 2 weeks prior to deer hunting. But it's 11:45, so I need to start the gas grill out there and cook up a couple more hamburgers. I do have a baked potato from yesterday, so that's good.
The car was on it, so I stopped and there was George and Tom.
Oh, was it? I saw that they were in by Tom's spot.
Yeah,
so
they looked all over and they put some more stands up, he said, and they checked their trail cameras, but they didn't have nothing on it.
Really? Wow.
But he said it's hard telling right now. He said that everything might straighten out again. They suppose they got all the cameras all over and haven't seen. He says up by his house he had a couple bears this summer.
Oh, there was. Oh, yeah.
Now he said Andy next week is going to Mexico, so.
Oh, yeah, so then they'll be gone too. So.
Yeah, he's got a truck, he's going to drive there.
Oh, really?
And then leave it there. He said, you know.
Oh, and then just fly back and I'll have a vehicle here and
Yeah.
a vehicle there. Oh, yeah.
You know, because I don't know how where you cross. That'd be a long drive.
Yeah, and I know that she said they can only be there 6 months.
Was that right?
Yeah, I suppose you have a 6-month visa.
Oh, I see.
Because she asked, she goes, she tried to figure out the date. She says, well, what's it like in whatever month that was?
Oh.
Because this is their only place to live here now.
Uh-huh.
And I says, well, you might make it in, you might not. You're not crossing the lake at that time.
Yeah.
Whenever.
She was right by the refrigerator, so he only had to open up the door. What case is that?
Okay. How for the last, I don't know, hour and a half, I was out beyond those trees walking in this, in that same clearing that I've got the one stand and my dad has one, but it goes way this way. Just looking to see if anything is kind of opened up in there, and it is pretty thick. I'm soaked, but at least I got to get in there. And I must have jumped 25 woodcock when I was in there. This one little area, they were thick in there. I heard a vehicle drive by when I was out there, and my dad had talked about maybe going out and cutting part of a trail out to his deer stand, but I don't know if he was going to go out when it was still raining or not. Nope, it wasn't him. I got the fish all cleaned up, ready for the freezer. That was the first time using this knife. Mark bought me this knife. I bet it's been a year. And pretty close to it anyway. And I've never had a chance to use it. Just and he bought it from George's knife company, because George sells knives. So I'll actually, if I remember, I'll leave a link to it. It's a nice looking knife too. It worked really nice. I'm used to the Rapala or Rapala, however you say it, or the Finland ones. And this one had a real nice feel. It was nice and sharp, and it did a real nice job on those fish. So I have waited to use it on absolutely nothing until I got a fish, and it's been hanging right here on this screw right here, just waiting. So I was happy I got some fish today. Last time, or that one time in the spring, I got a couple and then threw them back, figuring I would get some more, and then never caught any more. I just got done talking to Melissa on her ride home from work, and I think since I'm leaving in the morning, I am going to bring the boat and pull it in and get that done with. I'd like to get everything cleaned up tonight so I don't have to do anything in the morning, really. Just pack a few things in and take off, because now, you know, I won't be up here next weekend, but I will be up here the following weekend. And then I think we have one weekend off in there, and then it's every weekend I'll be up here. So, gonna be a lot of tent time. I'm just about to vacuum, and I started doing the journal, and my pen ran out last night, so then I grabbed my backup pen, which is almost out. You can see right here how it's just getting dimmer and dimmer, and then I use my backup pen and that's getting dim. So then I have one in my computer bag that I use for work, and this one here, I can't see ink in it anymore, so it's like, screw it, I'm going to buy 48 pens because I like this type. I like black. Melissa will only use blue, so I don't ever have any extras of hers that I can grab, but I am going to grab or order 48 of these. Okay everyone, well it's just about 10:30. I want to get to bed because I want to get up early and get back down to the farmhouse. Good morning everybody. It's about 20 minutes to 7 right now. It started raining about 5 o'clock and it was raining pretty good for a while. It really taken a long time to get light out today. Just getting the last of my stuff picked up here and ready for the trip home. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. That was a really nice trip up here to the tent. I will see you guys on the next video.